good for the news.
Yes, all right. Thank you very, very much, Palesa. I think we're back up. Sound is fine. As I said to you a bit earlier, we were trying to move from the one side to the other. And when you're doing it with cameras and microphones and lights, it's never as simple as it seems. But here we are. It's almost like we've moved across to Germany because we're standing at the stall, the Study and Research in Germany. And when it comes to technology innovation in Europe, Germany really does stand out as one of the leading countries. So we've kept on saying that there's been a lot of international experience and expertise that are on show here. In fact, we showed you the electric car, which is BMW, which is German. Let's not kid, and that's what's so fantastic about it. Germany has partnered with South Africa in many, many ways in advancing science and technology and innovation. So let's chat to my two guests now. I'm joined by the German ambassador to South Africa, Walter Lindner, and Professor Robin Grimes. He's the UK Foreign and Commonwealth Office Chief Scientific Advisor. Good to have both of you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you. Good morning. Good to have you here.
Thanks, Ambassador, and good morning to you.
Good morning indeed. Very glad to be here.
So like I say, it's like we walked across from the one side where there was a Botswana stand to here, where we're now in Germany with Britain just across the way. I feel like I'm standing in the EU, or can I say that anymore with Britain about to leave that?
EU. Absolutely.
Right. Okay, good. I'm happy to say that. Talk to us about this partnership between Germany and South Africa.
Well, there's a lot of things going on, not only in the scientific area, but in lots of other areas. You mentioned BMW. Nothing wrong with that. So it's good that people are driving high technology cars, and this all thanks to the technology which we produced in Germany. So this is one of the sectors where we work together very close. But we have a lot of, as you see here on the stand, we have a lot of cooperation going on between the two countries, and I'm happy that this conference is going on because it shows that technology and economy and politics have to go together.
Yeah, indeed, they certainly do. Well, let's talk about politics and the likes, because I know that one of the big issues is nuclear. And as a specialist in nuclear energy, how vital do you think nuclear energy is, especially on the continent here in Africa? And then perhaps we can focus in on South Africa's ambitions.
Sure. I mean, nuclear energy is very useful in producing electricity which is very low carbon, not zero carbon, but very low carbon. So it's part of a portfolio of different ways of producing low carbon energy. It's part of a mix, I believe. I wouldn't rely on nuclear. I wouldn't rely on any form specifically. It's part of a mix.
But I mean, the expense, I mean, in terms of expense, in terms of its working capacity, do you think Africa is a candidate for it?
I think it's one of the types of energy portfolios that Africa should look at. There will be some countries where it's not useful, that it doesn't have the right sort of grid infrastructure. Perhaps the requirements for electricity haven't got to a particular point. Other places like South Africa already have nuclear energy, and it's an important part of the mix here already.
Let's talk again about the relationship between South Africa and Germany. And I mean, when you look at it, I mean, there's so much innovation happening around the world. And I mean, Germany, one of the leading countries when it comes to that. What did it take to get to the level and the standards where Germany is right now?
Can I go back to the nuclear issue for?
We can talk about nuclear as well. Please do.
Brexit is not happening, so UK is still in the UN and in the EU. I'm so happy about it. So we share most of the ideas, except maybe our idea on nuclear. On nuclear, we have done a different path. After Chernobyl, when we had a nuclear blast, and then especially after Fukushima, the government decided to give up nuclear energy in our country. Not to rely on nuclear energy at all. So we want to be out of nuclear within the next years, and 2022 we will have no more nuclear energy in Germany, and by 2050 we will have only renewable energy in Germany. So we think renewable energy is the future. So that's one of the differences we have there. In our mix we won't have nuclear energy because we think it's too risky. You don't know what to do with the debris. What would you do with the nuclear waste? And what do you do when you have a plane crash, when you're terrorists and anything on a nuclear site? We think these risks are not manageable. It would be so high costly to ensure this. That's our position, and 80% of our population thinks about it. Other countries have other ideas. maybe South Africa, maybe the UK, maybe France, but we have a different view on that.
Well, listen, I think it's exceptionally interesting, and I'd love to invite both of you back to talk about this, because I think it's a vital topic. We're unfortunately running out of time, and I'm really sad to hear that, because this is something I think South Africans need to hear. So if you would accept our invitation, I would love to pick up the subject again. Ambassador? Good. Thank you.
Very interesting indeed. You know, the UK has decided that nuclear will be part of its portfolio, but it does show you that the answers to these sorts of questions are not obvious. And so debates that you're suggesting, I think, are very important as part of the decision-making process.
Prof, Ambassador, thank you very much. Enjoy the show here today. We've run out of time, so I've got to say a very quick goodbye. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we'll see you again bright and early tomorrow morning. God bless you. Thank you. Sharp, sharp, everyone.